What is up, my dudes, and the one girl who's here for the power? This is Bikes, Beards, and Brews. Let's kick that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we kick this one off, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. New videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, just getting this done. All right, let's get the other stuff out of the way. Want to save 10% on a Cardo communicator? Unless we are still in the month of May, then you should definitely take my code, go over to Cardo, check this out, because you could probably save 25% if you were viewing this video before June 2023. Get on that. Yeah, so there we go. Do you want to support me in all my do-gooderness like these cool guys here? Bam! Then you should join the Brew Crew and become part of the coffee page down below. Want to know why I'm asking you for money? Well, next to the 5 billion links of Amazon referral codes down below that also go to the good cause, there's a video explaining all. Go ahead and check that out. I feel like that was a little sloppy. Was that a little sloppy? I don't know. Honestly, I try and get through all of that kind of like the Micro Machine Man used to do his commercials back in like the 80s. If you're like over 35, you know who the Micro Machine Man is. If you don't know who he is, you should probably Google some of those commercials because they were just fun. Alright, so today we're heading over to Boyd Cycle to hopefully get the tuning done on my bike. Now, I've had some work done on the bike. Hang tight, I will be debuting this soon. So, you know, just sit there with bated breath, it's coming. But Ron over at Boyd ran into some issues when it came time to tune my bike, where he could not get a map to upload. And then I learned some stuff on the internet and went over and tried it with him and still couldn't get a map to upload, so kind of sucks. So we're going to try and do that today. Now the problem is actually this stereo, the HD-HU14SI from the Soundstream Reserve. Once again, if you're impressed that I have memorized that name, don't be. It's written on the top of the screen. So yes, it is specific to this stereo. So if you have this Soundstream Reserve installed, not the one for the Road Glides with the previous fairing, like the one that just came out, not the HD-HU14, like neither of those are going to be an issue for you or should be an issue for you. It is specifically this stereo. And I'm going to pop over to Boyd's and I will show you exactly why, so you know why, and you know how to fix this, or at least prepare ahead of time so you don't run into the same issue. So let's do it.
All right, so we're at Boyd Cycle. I just took off the nose of my bike. We're gonna be getting a tune in here. So the reason why we had to take apart the bike to tune it, let me show you. So this is the Maestro box, and this is used to have all your hand controls and everything that you need for your bike when you have this stereo installed. The problem is this Maestro box also takes over your computer. So the problem with that is when the Maestro box takes over the computer, when you're trying to plug in another computer to do the tuning, like say this whole setup, you can't do it. The Harley doesn't like to share. So we actually have to disconnect that Maestro box, tune the bike, then reconnect the Maestro and put the bike back together. So let's get into it. Bye-bye Maestro box. The good part is everything's color coded, so you can match it up later when you're putting it back in. So the good news is my bike is tuned. The bad news is, yeah. All right, let's go home.
The next day.
Oh, hey, how's it going? So it's the next day. You could tell because, well, the sky's not gray and rain's not coming down. So yeah, couldn't quite finish up this video the way I wanted to yesterday because of obvious weather-related issues. Not really the fact that I couldn't ride in the rain, because I sure as hell did. Had to get my bike home somehow. But, you know, GoPro stuff, just action cameras in general. When you start connecting all this other crap, like the microphone wires and all that stuff, they become a little less weather tolerant. So I didn't feel like destroying my entire setup just to go, hey, look, I made it home. I will say, so far at least, my bike is running so good. It is fantastic. I'm very happy about it. I have had some work done on it, which again will be debuting very soon. Hold your horses. But I also had some like gurgling, a little bit of like decel pops, stuff like that when I was riding. So it was clear that the tune I had on there needed to be updated. And that's what we did yesterday. So I rolled on down to Boyd's, brought it in, and he tuned it. I must say, I am always impressed to watch anyone who is really good at tuning bikes do their craft, because I mean, there's a lot of data going, there's a lot of information flying around, and you know, doing the wrong thing or trying to push your boundaries just a little bit too much, it's the difference between having your bike for the long term and building a grenade. And obviously in this case, Ron knows what he's doing. Like, he's tuned my bike before. He has done an incredible job. I have put down thousands and thousands and thousands of miles with this bike with no like explosions or anything just yet, knock on wood. But that's why I trust him to take care of my bike. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there will go get like tuners for yourself, like the kind you plug in and you tune yourself, or you rely on the computer that's built into the tuner to do it, phone apps, all that stuff. I've considered that avenue before. I actually tinkered with it a little bit back in the day, and like, just overall, I didn't get the results that I really wanted. So that is why I go to a professional to do it, and do it right the first time. I don't want to spend 2 months tinkering with my bike trying to get it dialed in, and then hope that the way I have it dialed in doesn't again turn around and blow up my bike, like running too lean, running too rich, like burning stuff out. I don't want to get into that. For those of you who do get into that and you're happy with it, high five to you, taking nothing away from you. But for those of you who are like me, I would definitely recommend finding someone who does a good job and have them do it for you. For those of you who are just catching up, I have a Thundermax tuner in here. So, you know, it's not something I'm hooking up to my phone and tuning and all that fun stuff. It's something that, you know, you have to have done professionally, and that's what I do. So the other bit of conversation here, oh no, there's grass in the road! I almost died. Yeah. Anyway. The other bit of conversation here is, yes, I could not tune my bike while the Maestro RR is attached to my bike. Now, again, if you have an HDHU 14SI from Soundstream Reserve, you're going to run into the same issue. Now, I've looked up online and stuff, and I've seen like, oh, go into the radio, change this setting, change that setting, and you'll be able to do it. We did that. We tried all of that stuff previous to actually going forth and taking out the Maestro, and it did not work. Trust me, I had no desire to take apart my bike for the sake of tuning it. I really just wanted to pull off the side panel, plug it into a computer, and go. That was not what happened. So yes, keep in mind, if you have a tuner, there's a very fair chance that you're going to need to disconnect that Maestro to actually tune the bike. Now the reasoning for this is quite simple. So as you can see on my gauges right now, I've got everything on there. I've got RPM, voltage, miles per hour, like twist grip, all that. So what's happening is that Maestro is tapping right into my computer, and it's spitting out all the information that the computer would normally spit out, either on a Harley radio or even more. Quite honestly, this Reserve will give you more information than the Harley one will just on the screen. A lot of the stuff that it will give you is stuff that you normally have to plug into a computer to see. So when you're trying to attach a tuner and have the stereo, you essentially have two computers that are fighting with each other for control of your bike. And because the Maestro is hardwired in and it's directly in there and all that stuff, the Maestro wins. And that's where the issue was. That's the problem I was having. So I literally had to go in there and disconnect that Maestro so the computer that was tuning my Thunder Max could actually have control of my bike. Nonetheless, that's what I have for you guys. So, do you have the stereo? Have you been tuning it? Do you not have this issue? What workaround have you used? Or do you have this stereo and you didn't know this and this is going to help you? Or, hey, option 3, you've already tuned it and you're about to install the stereo and you're happy to have this information. Leave a comment down below. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, share this video with friends, share it with family, share it with that one dude you know who's like, I need more horsepower, but my stereo's blocking me. Now he knows how to fix it. And I'll see you all on the flip side.